on the trail of the historic Western States 100 Mile Endurance Run. In the background is No Hands Bridge, which received its name because until a few years ago it lacked the guardrails that it has today. The trail here is wide and easy to access. If you encounter people or animals, it's easy to pass. But in other places, the trail is narrow, winding, and difficult in places even to hike on. When you do encounter other people, other trail users, there are no written rules of how to pass safely. In some cases that is important, and we're going to try to define some of the ways that trail etiquette should be observed. Trail encounters between runners and hikers are typically very benign. There's really not much trail etiquette involved. You pass, you say hi, you chat. Trail encounters with mountain bikers can be more complicated, and particularly encounters between anyone else on a trail and equestrians can be extremely difficult and at times dangerous. My first experience with that happening was long ago when I was running with 5 friends on the Western States Trail way up high on Red Star Ridge. We were traversing a fairly wide section of the trail along the side of a ridge and came around a very sharp corner, and coming right toward us, not very far away at all, was a woman riding a horse. Horses are prey animals and easily frightened. This particular horse, when it saw 5 runners coming around the trail toward it, immediately reared so high that I was afraid it was going to topple over backward and possibly either land on top of the rider or go over the edge of the slope, and God knows what might have happened. Following that incident, which fortunately ended benignly, nobody was injured, I spent some time trying to figure out what the best way was to react when encountering an equestrian. And it's pretty simple. If you're coming toward a horse and rider, the best thing to do is to stop immediately and move off the trail and stand still. Sometimes the rider will beckon you to come forward. I still stand there and wait for them to go by. Other times, if you're approaching from behind, then as soon as you see the rider, it's good to yell something like, "Hello ahead, runner coming." They will usually stop and turn, the horse will see you, and then sometimes the rider will say, "It's okay, run on by." Other times they will just say thank you, and they will turn the horse to face you and then say, "Come on by." Those 2 things, if you can do them and remember them, could save a lot of grief, and the riders will always thank you for your behavior. No matter who you meet on the trail and under what circumstances, it's always good to be friendly and be polite. Occasionally, one might encounter someone that perhaps should not be on that trail. For example, some trails don't allow horses, some trails don't allow cyclists. And even then, it's best to be friendly when you encounter them. Being angry or being critical never leads to happy resolutions. But being friendly and chatting is just a good principle to follow. As a general rule, of course, no matter who you meet on a trail, one of the fundamental principles is to be nice, to be friendly. And in my experience, virtually everyone, all different types of trail users, are friendly people. They appreciate the outdoors, they appreciate nature, and that just inevitably makes them people that you want to have a nice chat with.